Welcome to the Brazos Valley MLS update, where it is my job to go over the real estate statistics from the previous month. The information covered is provided by the Bryan College Station MLS, the Texas Association of Realtors, and the Texas Real Estate Center. This information is general information for the entire 7-county area. So if you would like to know what this could mean for your unique situation, please feel free to click on the link in the description to schedule some one-on-one time with me. If you'd like to have your own copy of the presentation, click on the other link in the description. Lastly, if you would like to stay plugged into the latest real estate trends in our area, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel so you can be notified when the next update drops. With all of that said, let's get started. All right, folks, it is August, so we're looking at July's numbers, starting with the average days on market like we usually do. We're looking at the light blue line, and you can see for the month of July, we were at 101 days. Now, what it looks like has happened over the last 3 months is that we had a little bit of a blip on the screen in June. We had a higher amount of new listings taken in the month of May, which brought down the average days on market for active listings. So I think that is what caused our June number of 89. But I think what's also happened is that those listings did not subsequently sell, so they stayed on and therefore brought the average days on market back up. I don't think that it's purchases and during the month of June that brought down those numbers, and you'll see why in a minute. And you've seen why in previous videos, but I'll show you in just a second here. By the way, let me go back here. Average days on market, just for those of you who are unfamiliar, this is the number of days from when a property is put on the market for sale until it actually closes, not until it's put under contract. Okay, so important distinction there. All right, so like I said, I was going to show you units sold. You can see for the month of June for 2024, we had a decrease in number of units sold from May to June, which I'll be frank with you, I have never seen before. Typically, June is the peak month. Even, during the pandemic, during 2020, that was, our peak month was actually July, but that's because we had the basically shelter in place going on that kind of pushed that back a little bit. But otherwise, June has been our peak month for as long as I've been in the real estate business. And, for us to have that low number was unusual. So I think that interest rates had a lot to do with it. We've had a slight increase from June to July. So going from 318 closed transactions to 343. But my suspicion, because we're we are at a lower interest rate now than we were back in June. But I suspect, just based on normal market trends, that August will probably be at or lower than our July number. That will just kind of descend into our normal trend, which would be lower numbers in September, October, November, December. Hopefully, we will see interest rates go down and maybe change that. But that's what I suspect is going to happen. Next, we're taking a look at new listings taken. So again, looking at the light blue line, we're just following trend right now. You can see again, when I was talking about how the new listings taken was high, that was close to our peak for the year as far as new listings taken for 1 month. So I think that's what drove the average days on market down. But since then we've not really added a lot of new. We have added new listings to the market, but not quite at that level. And we're kind of descending into our normal trend We'll see whether or not that changes. But as you can see, at least for the last 5 years, we typically stay on trend once we get into July. So we'll see. Next, we're going to take a look at the housing market for Bryan and College Station. Median price point is up 3.6%. Our active listings are up 46.6%. That's a big number. For us to be up almost 50% over last year in inventory is pretty unusual. Number of days on market, 97, compared to it's 13 more days than we had in July of 2023. Our price distribution for active listings is where it usually is, with the Lions, the number 1 and the number 2 spot at between 2 and 300 and 3 and 400,000. Just that's typically where we're seeing, based on the median price point, that should make sense to you guys. The closed sales are up 11.5%. And again, that's just that's not month over month, but compared to July of last year. But as you saw from the previous statistics, that doesn't mean that our overall sales for the year are up. It's just for the month of July. Months of inventory, 4.4 compared to 2.8 this time last year, or at least in July of last year. For those of you unfamiliar with this statistic, this is where we ask the question, what would happen if we sold the same number of properties that we did in the month of July over and over again without adding any new inventory? How long would it take us to deplete our inventory completely? And the answer is 4.4 months. Typically, if this number is below 6 months, it's an indication of a seller's market. I'd still say that that's where we are. It's just that buyers are being afforded a lot more opportunity to negotiate at this point. So next, we're going to take a look at something that I put together. This is this is not something produced by Texas Real Estate Center or Texas Association of Realtors. I just pulled these numbers from the Bryan College Station MLS. We had 80 new pending listings. So 80 properties went under contract last week out of 1,459 active listings. So that means that 5.5% of our inventory went under contract in a week. So not bad. I mean, we are still active. You can see there was a dip towards the end of July. We're watching it down on the chart. We're watching the beige line there. So it's good to see that we're getting a little bit more activity coming along. So I hope I'm wrong about the number of transactions decreasing, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, that is it. Hopefully this has been helpful, but please feel free to reach out if you have any questions about what this might mean for you and your individual real estate situation with all the nuances I'm sure that everybody has. You can click on the link below to schedule some one-on-one time with me. Otherwise, just a friendly reminder to like and subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you watching, and talk to you next time.